Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Detective Comics issue 940. So yes, there will be spoilers in this review. It was a huge comic that came out, and I did get this printed, but while recording this review, I only read it digitally. So I did get the book printed also. You'll see that in the Comic Uno episode. But let's start talking about Detective Comics issue 940. So this is a huge book. We get to see the cliffhanger from last issue was, is Tim Drake going to die? And from what the DC Universe knows, he's dead. You think he sacrifices himself, and he thinks he sacrifices himself, but in the end he's like stuck in this, I guess, dimension that's connected, I'm sure, to DC Rebirth, and missing characters of the pre-New 52, but the person who's under the hood says, you know too much, and Tim's like, what does that mean? And it's like, people are loving you too much, pretty much, and he's stuck there, and that's the ending of the issue. And the rest of the issue is kind of the reaction of the team losing Tim. Obviously, it's not really an epilogue issue. We'll probably get more reaction in the next issue. Like I said in my Teen Titans review, that's also more of an aftermath issue. But actually, thinking about it, we might not get an aftermath issue because the next issue connects to that new story arc. So that kind of sucks. But what I think of the issue overall, I like the concept of the book. I really enjoyed, Tim being put on the sidelines because he's an important character. Also, disclaimer, I love Tim Drake. He's my favorite Robin. So it's sad not to see him. I really liked him a lot in this book. But at the same time, I didn't really like the way it was executed, the death, I guess. Because you had that cliffhanger, you knew either he was going to die or not. So you kind of already knew that. And the best part of this issue definitely is him being trapped in that place, because that was something different and original, and I thought that was done well. But the death itself, I think there could have been more of an emotional impact. I mean, it was there. Like, you saw, like, one little thing of Cassandra crying, and this really weird panel of, like, Stephanie having her hand out and Batman having his hand out, and then they end up in a hug. Like, I like the hug scene. I thought that was really well done. But then there's that just weird panel. Like, what were you trying to do? You try to hold your hands or something? I don't know. But, so that kind of felt awkward in the tension of it all. Even though I do like the moment where Bruce finds the letter and says, oh my god, like, he was going to change his life. He didn't want to do this. I kind of pushed him to do it. I like Stephanie's reaction, but at the same time, it's like Stephanie hasn't really done much in this series, and it kind of sucks that she's being the same character she always was, and in the negative way, that she's always kind of in the shadow of Tim, and I feel like Stephanie's more than that. And I feel a lot of her motivation, again, I can't tell the future, it's not negative of this, but I have a feeling the future will be that her motivation will be because of Tim's death more than her doing her own thing. And, that's kind of sucks, because I feel like that's been done so many times with her character. It kind of screwed up in the past with her character, and they're kind of doing it again in that way. But yeah, I mean, I still liked her reaction. I'm glad that they were close, and obviously that was one of the reasons Tim was put into this dimension, because some of the pre-New 52 things were coming back. Like, he was starting to become like a pre-New 52 character, and he had to make connections, and maybe he would have remembered something, and this person doesn't want anyone to remember, which is why Wally escaped from the whole DC Rebirth thing. So, I'm also curious who are in the other two boxes. I have a feeling it's probably Teen Titans related, because I feel we haven't really gotten the real Teen Titans of Tim's generation. So, maybe it's Cassandra. I would love it to be Connor. It could be Bart, because of, stuff that's happened in the previous Teen... And sorry, I moved the chair. Stuff that has happened in the previous Teen Titans series. So, if it's not Teen Titans related, it's probably JSA related. But that's the part where I'm, like, curious, and I want to see what happens next. Also, something I felt like that felt a little flat was the beginning with Batwoman and her father. And again, that was kind of a problem I've had throughout the whole arc, is I feel like he's out of character, and I don't really like the direction the father has went. Now he's just like completely evil, and I just don't really get that motivation. So overall, like I said, the concept of the book is really well done. but I don't know if it was the best send-off for Tim Drake. I do think there are some bumpy parts in the issue. Artwork's pretty good. Definitely love the coloring. I think the coloring is really good for this book. So overall, I'll probably give it a solid 4 stars. It's kind of between 3.5 stars or 4 stars, but I am going to give it 4 stars because it is a must-read issue. I do think if you're a fan of Tim, you have to read this issue, or just a fan of the Bat family in general. So that's why I kind of bring it up to that 4, but like I said, I can't give it like 5 or 4.5 because I do think there are some bumpy parts in the issue. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic You Know. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.